I was never on Epstein's plane or at his stupid island. Strong laws ought to be developed against AI. It will be a big and very dangerous problem in the future, end quote. Here is the problem I have with this, not the AI part, that was awful. I have a problem with what he said because only part of his denial may be true. There is no record of Donald Trump ever visiting Jeffrey Epstein's Caribbean island, Little St. James. That is clear. But there is plenty of hard evidence that he rode on Epstein's plane, and not just one time, 7 times, at least 7 times. And we know that because his name appears in flight logs that are submitted to the FAA. Here's what they reveal. Trump flew 4 times in 1993. He flew once in 1994 and again in 1995. Those are in addition to a flight that was previously reported and documented in 1997. All of the flights were between Palm Beach and New York City. And the logs show Epstein was on board the plane with Trump as well, each of those times. The 1994 flight is notable because Trump's then-wife Marla Maples is also listed on the flight log. And according to those logs, they decided to bring along their then-infant daughter, Tiffany Trump, as well as the family's nanny. They are all on the log. On the flight in 1995, the logs say that Trump also brought along his then 12-year-old son, Eric Trump. So, again, these are documents that are submitted to the FAA. These are not just claims made by someone in a deposition. So it is hard to sort of reconcile when the president says, I was never on that airplane.
So you just heard it. Trump denies that he was ever on Epstein's plane. And we've been covering Trump for the last 3 years. Go to SJ Wellfire and search Trump if you really think Trump is going to save you. Remember, MAGA is the highest rank of the Church of Satan. But I just thought it was fascinating. Trump talks about artificial intelligence. We've covered 2 or 3 different times how Trump wants to censor the internet with artificial surveillance. This is Big Brother on steroids. Doge, spelled backwards, is EGOD. And we just did our last podcast, Final Days Report 404, talking about how they are putting artificial intelligence within the government software system. I think it's a slow roll within the news. I think they've been planning on it forever. This is a military operation. But Trump at One News goes on to really talk about how, and I'll read from his statement, Trump will make sure AI gets regulated and the internet. As he is now saying, a fake picture was circulating of him and Epstein on the plane. This is all an excuse to censor anyone that exposes him and his lies. It has been well known for decades that he was best friends with Epstein, yet now he denies that he was on the plane, not just once, but 7 times. If you thought any justice for human trafficking was ever going to come with Trump as president, you're sadly mistaken. Unfortunately, many fell for the deception, hook, line, and sinker. Anyone else out there still perpetuating the lies and deception behind Trump are not your friend, and they are either one of them or compromised spiritually. Make the Lord your number one source for truth. Amen. That's from Trump at One News. I thought it was a very profound statement. And I go back that we've covered often, the interview that Trunews had with a woman that worked at Epstein's mansion in New York, and she said there were cameras in every room. There was a control room. It was totally a honey trap, a honey pot that happens on the right and the left. And her, and I'm paraphrasing, comment was Trump walked in and there was a young woman, and the lady that was being interviewed did not know if she was underage or not, but Epstein told Trump, she is not for you. And the stuff people forward me, folks, break from the spell. Break from the MAGA spell. I highly suggest, if you think Trump is your hero, if you think Trump is Cyrus, go to sjwellfire.com and search Trump. We've been documenting this. Great time to be alive, my friends.